Yo. So, authority bias. This is the number one thing in sales that gets you sales. Like, out of all the skills and all the tricks you could do, okay, in the book, authority is everything. Because if some stranger walks up to you on the street and sells you a pen, it's not going to sell at a high conversion rate compared to if an authority approaches you, like a celebrity or authority, or someone that they know, like, and trust, like a family member or friend, approaches them with a pen to sell. Okay, that's a no-brainer offer, has a story behind it, and they're doing multiple ways that work. Okay, multiple techniques that work. This is how you get sales, like, all the way. This is how it works, man. So basically, an example of someone selling with authority bias is either selling themselves or selling a product or service. So let's think about a few examples. When someone runs as president of the United States of America, they're building massive social proof and massive authority for themselves. And whoever gets the most publicity wins most times, okay? And the most likability and all these things. This is how an authority is created, and they need to be seen as an expert. And a lot of times, billionaires have a higher chance of getting or becoming president, okay? Because they're seen as a mega authority, you know, as long as they benefited the world in some way becoming a billionaire, okay? As long as they're smart and perceived as great speaker and all these things, okay? There's a lot of elements to that, but anyway, I'm no expert about becoming president. But anyway, that's kind of an example of authority bias working for them. The next thing is Elon Musk and people behind big businesses. They're the salesmen for their company, okay? People like even Grant Cardone and people like Russell Brunson, Tai Lopez, they're people behind their businesses who have stories, massive authority in what they teach too, and they're like literally going all out with building their authority like crazy. And that comes across, that happens through social proof, that happens through authority building, likability building, value giving. Tony Robbins did this. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos is the richest guy in the world, and Elon Musk is Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. These guys are authorities because results, okay? And to come across as an authority, you gotta be showing results, okay? Results in what you want to be an authority in, okay? So if you want to be a authority in pro bodybuilding, you either have to have pro body built and be that yourself, or if you're selling a product about that, you can associate pro bodybuilders to that thing. And authority just trumps everything. It's everything. And if you are running traffic and you're perceived even as, this is even crazier, more advanced, but anyway, I'll throw it in here. This has made me a lot of money. If you literally throw in an authority as the endorser of your affiliate offer you promote or product that you're selling, you'll get way more sales just because authority bias. If you don't have any authority bias working in your favor with cold traffic or any traffic in general, you're not going to get high results. In fact, you're going to be very, very like low in profitability. You're not going to be profitable. You got to have authority bias. It's the number one thing by far is authority bias. Nothing else trumps that. And, you know, if you are struggling with getting sales, usually authority is off, okay, and credibility. If you're struggling getting sales, this is the number one thing that I've realized over the years. And I remember I would freak out about urgency, scarcity, and okay, story sells, number one. Story selling builds connection, but the offer is also a part that's important. So there's the story, the no-brainer offer, that's the logical, then the emotion, and then the credibility's like number one. And that's ethos, logos, and pathos, man. Like, each one of those represent a different thing, okay? Emotion, logic, and credibility, okay? Each one of those line up, and when they do, it's crazy, okay? And we'll talk about more sales principles like how money follows scarce in demand resources, but if it's scarce in demand from an authority selling it, it does way better. Like, think about how like cryptocurrency can be, it's a scarce in demand resource kind of because there's a limited amount of it. If Elon Musk, he's an authority, he recommends some cryptocurrency, a lot of people are going to buy it because he's an authority, okay? In general, if you're a billionaire, you're a massive authority. I'm not saying anyone here needs to be a billionaire. They just need to have results in what they're talking about. So if they're talking about how to get chicks or something, they need to have like credibility in that. If they're talking about how to, you know, feed animals, they got to feed like hundreds and thousands of animals in their life or whatever. Like, I'm telling you right now, bro, authority bias trumps everything. Okay, so just don't forget that. Apply that to everything you do. And for yourself, real quick, just a bunch of tips for you to build your authority. If you want to do that, here's what you do. You build a lot of value inside your space. you state in every piece of content and every ad and everything what your authority is, okay, and your credentials and everything. The next thing is you actually have that to show, okay, authority and credentials. The other thing is you build likability and trust, and you can also, another trick is to associate yourself to other authorities in your space some way or another, okay? Just by mentioning their name, basically the brain just hears one name, here's another name, and now they're connected essentially, okay? So that's kind of how that works. And in general, think of any other idea, but it's all about results that you have in what you talk about or that you sell. That's it, okay? Elon Musk is an expert at rockets. He sells rockets. He's an expert at, like, you can become an expert, like a minimal expert, just by reading a bunch of books, most condensed knowledge in the world, or watching a bunch of courses and consuming them and taking notes and becoming an expert through learning. Okay, you can become an expert through that. Most people are an expert at one thing, but a lot of people can also be an expert. Everyone could be an expert at multiple things, but a lot of people are only an expert at like one thing. So anyway, to be an expert and speak to people, sometimes you only need to be one step ahead of people, but I recommend be a super expert and be many steps ahead of people, okay, in whatever you talk about. And that happens by default. You should be passionate about what you talk about and sell, okay? And then you should be an authority in that thing. You're gonna crush it, guys. Literally, this is how it works. I know you like this. I'll see you guys in the next training. Peace.